Alrighty, everybody. Good morning. It is 3 in the morning on October 25th, 2025. We are going to be doing some coverage here tonight on the severe weather threat that we have going on here. Let me actually go ahead and bring this up real quickly so I can read my chat. But we got a little overlay here. We're getting everything finalized, so give me 1 second while we set up here. Here we go. Go ahead and get everything all situated. But anyways, folks, hope everyone's been doing good, staying safe, and everything like that. It's been pretty active actually in severe weather land. Let's see here. Late night. All right. But anyways, everybody, hope everyone's doing well. We do got some severe weather still ongoing. What's up, Found by Chance? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I made things look a little bit better on our YouTube Shorts profile here, so just kind of spiced it up a little bit. Anyways, folks, so we're still tracking this line of storms in eastern Texas right now. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for eastern Texas. This is actually not far from Houston, actually. I was wanting to track the storm as it does get out by Houston. Here's Houston right here. Storm's just to the west. This is out by Industry. Brenham. Is it Brenham or Brenham? It might be Brenham. Burton, Belleville. We have Columbus, Eagle Lake, and Sealy. This is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. They also have a tornado possible tag on it, as you can kind of see here. So, got to look out for possible tornadic activity here overall. So, we'll definitely be keeping an eye out there for that. So, here is a sector slice, kind of looking at it from an angle here. It looks like our echo tops are roughly about 45,000 feet. So that's basically how tall these storms are. Pretty much about 45. You can see 50,000 feet, 60, 40. We're kind of pretty much at 45,000 feet here. So pretty tall storms. We still got a pretty good amount of instability and stuff like that going on out here. Here's a volumetric scan of the storm here. I mean, it's a pretty good little line, you know, especially being this late. So, still got to keep an eye on it. We're gonna watch it. What's up, Witcher? Good to see you. What's up, Anna? Saying I'm in Northwest Houston area. Gotcha. It's Brenham or Brenham. I got you. Well, be careful out there, my friend. Yeah, it is approaching the Houston area. It'll be hitting you guys in a little bit, which you can see. There's Houston right here. So, yeah, right now this is out here by Industry, Belleville, Columbus. Let's see here. Storm just passed in SA. Just lightning now. What is it, San Antonio or San Angelo? Probably San Antonio, right? Yeah, you guys, it looks like you guys got a little bit of precipitation out here. Just a little bit of rainfall now. It doesn't really seem like anything. Doesn't really seem like anything significant. I think we lagged there for a second. But yeah, definitely still going to keep an eye out there for it. We also do have our other program here, too, that we'll have loaded up. So we are good to go tonight, y'all. But as we go on, just, you know, like I said, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. We'll be more than happy to help you guys, because keeping you guys weather aware is the most important thing, you know, especially at nighttime. It's very important that we're here for coverage at night. A lot of the mainstreamers like to go off during the daytime, and, you know, honestly, it's more vulnerable at night because you can't really see anything. So that's why it's very important to have somebody covering the night shift. So that's why we're here. Let's see. Anna says, thank you. We get this little storm season in the fall in Texas. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty common. We do get quite a bit here. I'm going to have to restart this program. We do get quite a bit of frontal systems that roll through. So, I mean, this is going to be pretty common for this time of the year here. So, what's up, Ortho? Good to see ya. saying Northeast Texas weather. It depends where you're at, actually, in Northeast Texas. Let's see here. Let's actually hop our way over here for a minute. So, looking at our reflectivity here, you can see out here by Dallas, we're pretty clear. We just got a little bit of precipitation right now. Nothing heavy. Sulphur Springs, Mount Pleasant area. We've got a little bit of moderate rainfall falling here. Nothing severe. The worst of the storm right now is pretty much out there by like College Station, heading up towards Houston. You can see there's Houston right there. The system's still a little ways away from Houston, but it is slowly but surely working its way over there. Let's see, Tyler, Texas. Okay. Well, Tyler, Texas, yeah, we got a little bit of activity. We actually got a few little lightning detections out here. So, what's up, Scott? Good to see you, my friend. Found by Chance says, I appreciate your night coverage. Yeah, no problem, dude. I got you. Like I said, we're here for you guys. We want to keep you guys safe and weather aware. So, it's very important that somebody's here covering this. But, yeah, no problem. And like I said, once again, everybody, if y'all have any questions throughout this, do not hesitate to ask. But severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Brenham, or somebody said it was, what was it? Brenham. I'm going to try to remember that. So that includes Industry, Belleville, let's see here, Columbus, Cat Spring, Eagle Lake. Yeah, it seems like it includes quite a few people here, but it is tracking towards Houston area. Velocity's pretty messy right now. Did they just cancel that warning? If so, that'd be good. But we'll still definitely be here to watch it. Let's see here. Scott says, did I say that I need some rain? But not for 4 days. Yeah, we don't need it for 4 days. I could use some rain, though, here in Florida. It's pretty dry, actually. Finally in our dry season, so. What's up, Quack Attack? Good to see ya. What's up, Rat? Saying seems like a good enough thing to fall asleep to. Yeah, right now it's definitely calmed down quite a bit, but threat still persists overnight. And so we're still going to be here covering this tonight with you guys. It's 3 in the morning here where I'm at, but I want to make sure somebody's up and giving coverage this time of the night. So, because that tornado threat still does linger. The severe weather threat still does in general here. Let's actually we'll bring up the convective outlook here for tonight. So let's bring that up now. So yeah. Here's the SPC's day one outlook here. So we do have that 5% chance for tornadoes here across portions of like Houston, eventually leading towards like Louisiana out by like Lake Charles, Baton Rouge, just shy of New Orleans actually with that 5%. We do have a 2% chance for tornadoes out here out by New Orleans. So we'll keep an eye out there for that. But yeah, threat still persists. We got a big 15% damaging wind threat here, potential for gusty winds between 60 and 70 miles an hour in some storms, 5% chance across the Brown. So you can see mostly for East Texas and like Louisiana here. In terms of hail, actually, they extended our hail threat here. So out there by like Austin and Houston area, they actually added a hatch risk here. For significant hail, where we actually could be seeing some hail 2 inches in diameter and larger. So definitely it's going to be a bit of a concern today as well. And then on top of that, all this rain that's actually coming through will drive a little bit of a flooding threat here too. Looking at the excessive rainfall risk here. You can see we do have a level 2 threat for flooding extending in through eastern Texas and east central Oklahoma here. Rat says same things, man. Yeah, no problem. Anna says, did we hear anything about the possible tornado in South Fort Worth tonight? So I heard about it. I heard people talk about it earlier. And then I looked back and I did see some damage reports. But I haven't heard anything more than that. But here, let me actually bring up the Storm Prediction Center here. Let me see if there's anything on this here real fast. See if they have anything on that, which go to the latest storm reports here. We'll see what they did. But yeah, there was apparently a tornado out there. Well, the only tornado reports I'm seeing is in the panhandle of Texas today or yesterday. I do see some wind reports, so maybe it was a possible tornado. But apparently people were saying, I mean, I didn't see the radar signatures, but apparently people were saying it was confirmed. So yeah, I don't doubt them. I just wasn't there to see that part because I did my coverage beforehand. We did our 2-hour coverage, and then we had to go. But of course, it had to happen when we were gone. But it is what it is. But at least we're here now. You know, in case if anything happens overnight, we'll be here. But they did cancel that one warning, I believe. At least it's not showing up here anymore. But like I mentioned, you know, the threat's not over. Just because there's no active warnings right now does not mean that it's over with. I mean, we still have a pretty nasty little line getting ready to go through areas like Houston and so forth. So they would not call it a warning. Yeah, I heard that the Weather Service didn't issue a warning on it. What's up, Dennis? Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. By the way, everybody, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. That way you guys can stay up to date with the weather. You know, we'll be here to help you guys out throughout this. Also, big stuff up on the tropics, too. We're going to need to be actively weather aware in the tropics. Jamaica is not looking so hot right now. We got a pretty nasty storm. Hurricane Center here has Melissa just 2 mile an hour off from a Category 5. It's Category 4 just before potential landfall here in Jamaica. But look at this, you know, just before landfall here, the latest hurricane cone here for the evening of the 27th, so 2 days from now, has the system sustained at 155 miles an hour with gusts up to 190 miles an hour. And if that wasn't enough of a concern, the Weather Prediction Center also mentioned that there will be a whopping 20 to 30 inches of rain. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, it's actually almost a hurricane. Hold on a minute. Yeah, we got a new update from the Hurricane Center here. Let's see. Oops. I made that way too big. Let's see here. So, yeah, look at it now. Right now it's at 70 sustained. Pressure really dropped down to 986 millibars right now. Oh, yeah. Air Force Hurricane Hunter data suggests Melissa is almost a hurricane. Life-threatening and catastrophic flash flooding and landslides expected in portions of southern Hispaniola and Jamaica through the weekend. Let's see. Did they update that? Oh, is that the same or is that a little different? Here's the WPC rainfall forecast. So this is throughout the next 4 days. You notice how Jamaica, central and eastern Jamaica, is in the pink here. If you look at the table, this is 20 to 30 inches of rain. So they're going to get absolutely washed out there. So it's very important that if you're in a low-lying spot, to leave that place immediately. And honestly, the coastal areas just need to leave as well. I mean, we're also going to get quite a bit of heavy rain in like southern Cuba too. Those totals will probably go up over the next few days as the storm gets closer to Cuba, because eventually the system will go over Jamaica and through eastern Cuba and then lead towards the Bahamas. So all of these areas have got to be watching the storm, as you know, there's likely going to be some pretty significant impacts out here. But you know, we also do have a pretty catastrophic flooding threat here for like southern Haiti as well. Even a little spot of 20 to 30 inches as well out here too. So big problem with flooding, you know, on top of those winds like we were talking about. But yeah, I mean, just before landfall though, like I was saying, Hurricane Center has the system sustaining 155 mile per hour winds, which is just 2 mile an hour short from a Category 5. So this is a very high-end upper-level Category 4. And, of course, we'll be gusting at 190 or so. Let's see here. Anna says that is insane. It's just going to sit and grow. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Yeah, the system is just going to kind of sit there. Anyways, hopping back over to the severe weather event here. So we just canceled that one warning that's no longer in effect, but we'll continue watching this line because, like I said, the threat, while there's no warnings right now, the threat's not over with. Storms are actually approaching towards Houston. Here's Houston right here. You can see that line of storms kind of rolling through. They did just drop that one severe thunderstorm warning for Columbus, Belleville, and Brenham. So that's no longer there, but like I said, the threat still persists, in which we're still going to need to be actively watching, the weather out here. So we'll definitely keep you guys informed. But meanwhile, we'll talk about that storm here. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to hop over to the models. We're going to take a look at some of these models here for Melissa. Should have new model runs now available, so that'll be pretty good. Here, let's make that look a little bit bigger for you guys. Oh my goodness, I did it again. I made it way too big. All right, there we go. So here's HWRF here. Brand new run, by the way. So the HWRF has a system making landfall in Jamaica right around the afternoon of the 26th. So I will tell you this. The timing is still a little iffy in the models. With when the system is going to directly make landfall and stuff like that. So it still is a little bit iffy. So we'll have to see what happens. That'll probably change a little bit. But HWRF has a system making landfall in the afternoon of the 26th. Pressure down into the upper 940s, lower 950s. Then, of course, it goes north of Jamaica. Maybe picks up a little bit of organization. Maybe strengthens a little bit. And then hits Cuba right around the evening of the 27th, early the 28th. Then pulls off for the morning of the 28th. And then goes over the southern Bahamas for the later 28th. And then it continues out to sea. So we'll have to see what happens here with that. Remember, that is one model, so we'll take that with a grain of salt here. But hopping over to do another model. This is the HMON. HMON has a system still making landfall in Jamaica. This is for the afternoon of the 26th. So this is showing right around like 2 p.m. Eastern or so. But still has that system making landfall. It goes through. And it picks up a little bit of strength, kind of gets a hold of itself again as it rolls just north of Jamaica and squeezes in between Cuba and Jamaica. And it looks like it makes landfall in Cuba for the morning of the 28th. And landfall in the Bahamas right around the evening or late afternoon, early evening of the 28th here. And then, of course, it continues off. So models are they're still a little bit all over the place. Here's HAFSA showing that system impact eastern Jamaica. It seems like they're getting a little bit more in sync here. Probably picks up a little bit of strength once it pulls north of Jamaica because it's out of the mountain influence there because they do not like mountains very much. Then it hits eastern Cuba. See, the timing's a little different here. HAFSA shows it a day later than the other models we looked at. Like literally 1 day later, making landfall, and of course goes through. So, yeah, there's still a little bit of uncertainty with that. HAFSB, yeah, has it kind of hitting eastern Jamaica, hitting eastern Cuba, then going over the Bahamas. So, yeah, definitely is something that we're going to need to watch very closely. Regardless, we definitely need to, start prepping and just make sure that you guys are ready to tackle the storm here. Anyways, let's hop on back over here to our active severe weather threat here. So, like I said, storms are actually closing in on Houston here. So you can see here is Houston, this little area over here, and then we have this line of storms that's rolling in. So storms are they're coming. Actually, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch that expires in 5 hours from now. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the severe weather threat's just going to continue as that cold front moves eastward. So, we're still under an active tornado threat. We're still under a damaging wind and hail threat. All of that is still persisting. So none of that has died out completely yet. So while the fact that we have no warnings right now does not mean that the threat is over. It just means that there's currently no significant storms, capable of damage right now. So that's what we're watching. But like I mentioned, the watch is still in effect here for the next 5 hours, and which will probably be replaced at some point. JP27 says the faster it moves, the better. Yep, absolutely. So, that's another problem with that system moving so slow. It's just going to allow for continuous rainfall to fall right over Jamaica, which is going to be a huge problem. And also, it's just the effects would last a lot longer too. For a system remaining there for a longer period of time. So yeah, absolutely a bit of a problem there. Let's see here, but anyways. So if you look closely, I don't know if you guys can notice this, which is actually pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and bring up our little marker here real quickly. So we have a little bit of northerly advection. You can see a lot of this warmer air working its way up here. And we have some of that cooler air coming in from the backside. So, that warm air is really fueling the moisture and the warmth for these storms. And then the cold air on the backside is, basically that cold air and that warm air clashing creates quite a bit of instability. But yeah, you can start to see some of that advection there, which, could be some tornadic activity, which we'll have to just continue monitoring here. But yeah, like I said, I mean, the threat for tornadoes, hail, damaging winds still persists and, still continues here. But by the way, guys, if y'all have any questions, throughout the stream, do not hesitate to ask. I will be more than happy to help you guys. Like if y'all are curious about a specific area, if you're under the risk or not tonight, then, just throw down a comment. I'll be more than happy to help. That's what we're here for. And, like I said, I really wanted to be live here during the nighttime, especially because, nighttime's a little bit more concerning for severe weather because, a lot of people are asleep, for one, and, two, you can't really see much at night. So it's very important that we still have somebody tracking the weather here at night. So even though it's 3 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, I just want to be here, and I'm dedicated for you guys, just to, keep you guys weather aware. Rip City says, is it going to rain bad in the Houston area? So, yeah, I mean, Houston's likely going to get some pretty good activity with this system. It seems like a pretty electrified system. It seems like there's quite a bit of lightning on it. As the system continues working eastward, eventually it will work its way out there by Houston, in which, you'll probably see a good amount of activity here with it. Now, I can bring up the models here, which, we're actually going to do here real quickly. Give me a second to pull them up. But we'll look at the models, and I'll show you kind of the timing in which we could be seeing that. We're going to have to bring up the HRRR model here. The latest run, I think, is the 06 UTC run. So let's go ahead and switch on over here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and bring the models over here to you. And we'll talk about that. So let me make this out just a little bit. I'll extend this up just a tad so you guys can see this. There we go. Okay, so yeah, you're out there in Houston. So according to the latest HRRR, it kind of suggests those moving through. I don't know if this is right or not, to be honest with you. I mean, models, they're never perfect. But this shows that line approaching like 7, 8 in the morning. I think it's going to hit you a lot sooner than that, to be honest with you. It's probably going to be more of like maybe an hour to, an hour and a half or so by the time it approaches. I mean, storm here was moving, let's see here. Last warning had it. Didn't really say. Yeah, because that warning expired. But the storms are... I don't think they're going to take another 4 hours. That's the thing, is the models, they're not perfect all the time. But, yeah, I mean, eventually that line will approach out there. And, hopping back over to that, you can see that, the line will actually just continue throughout like Louisiana as well. And, another line will actually develop here later on this evening. Today, you can see another line developing out here in Texas. So, I mean, that's also showing another line of storms here later this evening today. So not only do we have the line going through early this morning, but we also have another line kind of going through later on this evening. So, and that line later on this evening would likely be more potent, would likely be more significant. So, we'll have to really watch out there for that. Which, we'll definitely we'll be doing some coverage on that one as well. So, we'll be here to help you guys. Don't worry. But yeah, I mean, like I said, pretty early. We get some rain throughout the day. It'll probably be mostly clear, throughout the afternoon, and the later morning it'll clear up a little bit. And it's not until the evening until things kind of pick back up from what it looks like. So, but then of course, all that rain will continue into like Louisiana, Mississippi and whatnot. So, anyways, let's see here. You were guessing under an hour to us in Cyprus. Gotcha. Yeah. So yeah. Oh yeah. It'll definitely be under an hour for you guys, more than likely. Probably about 45 minutes, 30 minutes to 45 minutes or so, roughly, just by kind of eyeballing it. Just an estimate, a rough estimate. But yeah, it's not going to take another 4 hours like like the models, like the HRRR is suggesting. So, Rip City says, I'm in Katy. Gotcha. Kenroy says, will the storm, let's see here. Will this storm hit us in Jamaica? So this one here won't, but you do have that big problem with Melissa. This one will. So if you're in Jamaica, you need to prepare for the system. Make sure that you are ready to tackle this. Make sure you're ready by tomorrow night. Ready to tackle this storm, because it looks like we're going to have that impact here, according to the Hurricane Center, the evening of the 27th. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's going to be upper category 4, borderline category 5 at landfall here in Jamaica. And, like I said, we are going to be seeing a really significant amount of rainfall for Jamaica, which, the Weather Prediction Center has 20 to 30 inches of rainfall, in the forecast, which, that is going to be very impactful. So, yeah, no, Kenroy, the system that we were just looking at here, this right now is going on in the southern plains, like the southern United States, towards the Gulf Coast. But, you have your own issue, and that being the hurricane and being Melissa. So, yeah, just please be careful. Kenroy, if you have any questions on it, I'm going to be here for you. So don't hesitate to ask. And that goes to everybody. If you guys have any questions on anything here that's going on, please don't hesitate to ask. That's what we're here for. We're here to help. We're here to make sure that you guys are, staying up to date, and that you guys are staying weather aware and stuff like that. So, we'll be here for you. You're not alone. Jay says, hopefully nothing in North Carolina. Nah, North Carolina should be pretty good, actually. So if we actually hop over to today's severe weather threat here. So this is where the risk is today. We have the dark green and the yellow. So these are our severe risk areas here. The light green just says, hey, couple storms are possible, nothing severe. The light green, that's what that means. Now the dark green says, hey, okay, it's possible we could get a couple of storms, a couple of which could be severe, but still relatively a low-end severe weather threat. We actually have a new warning that got issued. We'll get to that here in 1 second. And then, of course, we have the level 2 slight risk here. That's where it kind of steps up a notch a little bit. A little bit more greater probability of severe weather and potentially stronger storms as well. Now, tomorrow, being here for Sunday, the risk will extend into eastern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, and even the panhandle of Florida here. And then, of course, day 3, the threat ends, and we just got a normal thunderstorm threat for the southeast U.S. So, yeah, North Carolina will be good. There is currently no issues for you guys out there. Anyways, let's actually hop to this warning here. We got a new – actually, we just got some wind reports coming through. Hold on a minute. So, Columbus, Texas, apparently we just got a wind report of 63 miles an hour. From an AWOS station, which is just a fancy weather station. But apparently at 7:15 UTC, so this was about 15 minutes ago, station out here 5 miles south-southeast of Columbus, Texas, in Colorado County, Texas, reported 63 mile per hour winds. Oh, there we go. Now we got 2 warnings here. Okay. So warning number 1 is in effect here for Carlos, Anderson, Richards, Shiro, Singleton, I have no idea how you say that. Bed-Eyes. We have Lola, Huntsville, and Madisonville, Texas here. You know, this is just shy to the north of Houston, kind of northwest of Houston. Anyways, new severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for 60 mile per hour wind gusts. They did include a tornado possible tag. So that does not mean that there's an immediate danger of a tornado, but it means that, you know, tornadoes can quickly develop from severe thunderstorms. You know, given the environment that the storm is in, it means it's possible, but it doesn't mean that it is guaranteed. You know, if it was a tornado warning, which it's not, then it would be more of an imminent danger for tornadic activity. But it's a tornado possible tag, so it's, you know, no reason to seek your shelter right now. But I would definitely stay indoors and away from windows, given the active threat of 60 mile per hour wind gusts here. So then, of course, to the south here, we have another severe thunderstorm warning that actually just popped up out here by Hempstead. Let's see, Magnolia, Tomball, Jersey Village, Brookshire, Sealy, Wallace, Fulshire, Richmond, and Pleak, I think it is. This warning here is for, let's see, 60 mile per hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. And they also put a tornado possible tag on that one as well. So both of these storms are now have tornado possible tags on them. So once again, you know, this does not mean that there's an immediate danger for tornadoes, but it does mean that, you know, given the environment that these storms are in, you know, tornadoes are possible. So we'll have to watch out for that. Let's see here. What's up, son? You're good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. Let's actually hop to velocity on it. Actually, yeah, it looks like we do have a bit of rotation out here by Carlos. As you can kind of see here, it looks like we are rotating a little bit. This is pretty high up, though. This is 6,800 feet, so this is a pretty good distance aloft. Doesn't necessarily mean it automatically correlates to lower levels, but definitely we'll keep an eye out there for it. Yeah, definitely keep a close eye out there for that. It's kind of a mess on that southern storm, though. Let's try another radar. Let's try the one out here by Galveston Bay area. Maybe that'll be, actually that's worse. Thought it would be better, but obviously not. Here, let's hop back to where we were. Anna says, I'm doing great, Andrew. Those town names are crazy. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not the best when it comes to these names, as you may or may not know. What's up, Travis? Good to see ya. Cheryl says, how's everyone doing? I'm doing good. Just tired, but holding strong. Like I said, I want to be here tonight for you guys, you know, especially with the ongoing threat and, you know, the fact that, you know, there's still severe weather going on. I want to be here during the night shift. Travis says, what state is that? This is Texas. Yeah, this is Texas right now. We're tracking eastern Texas, where the line is currently. So if I bring you guys back over here to the other program, you can see. So here's the state of Texas. This is along the eastern side. The line of storms just passed through College Station a little bit ago. Going through Sealy right now, out there by Hempstead, Prairie View, by Madisonville, Centerville, Texas. This is kind of where the line is going at right now. But like I said, this thing is heading directly for Houston. Actually, a matter of fact, the bottom warning that we just talked about, this actually includes western Houston. So you can see this includes like Jersey Village. Let's see here, Meadows Place, Sugarland, Pecan Grove, Richmond, and Rosenberg. But yeah, tornado possible tag on that. Once again, does not immediately mean that there's a tornado. You know, like I said, if there was a tornado warning, that would mean a tornado is imminent or occurring. But given it's a tornado possible tag, it means that, you know, given the environment that the storm is in, tornadoes are possible. Does not mean that we need to be in our shelters. But, you know, like I said, given the other concern of the 60-mile-an-hour winds that we do have from the severe thunderstorm warning, definitely would recommend that you're indoors and just away from windows. I mean, you don't have to be in your shelter for this storm per se, but just staying indoors and away from windows because of that lightning concern and the gusty winds would be heavily recommended. Let's see, the radar coverage is so bad. Yeah, it is. It's a little bad. Yeah, radar placement's not super optimal in some of these regions here. That is for sure. What's up, Patricia? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. Travis says that's the western of Texas. Well, we're tracking the eastern side of Texas. Actually, the storms did originate further west, which we covered earlier today. But like I said, we're picking up on the night coverage here right now for you guys out here. You know, the threat's not over with, like we mentioned. You know, the threat's going to continue all throughout today. You know, there's going to be not one but kind of two lines of storms rolling through. So yeah, we'll definitely be watching this. Let's see here. Anna says Cypress / Katy / Sugarland. Sugarland and Rosenberg. What's up, Mom? Good to see you. Travis says, sorry, I didn't get the whole. No, you're good. Don't worry about it. You know, it's good to ask questions and stuff like that. That way we're all on the same page, you know. So you're good. Don't worry about it. Anyways, but like I said, everybody, you know, if you know anybody out by Houston, you know, just text them. Let them know there's a storm coming in. It's, you know, there's no current tornadoes on it, but like I said, there is a tornado possible tag on these two warnings here, which if you're just now joining, what that means is that the environment that these storms are in is capable of producing tornadoes. It's just given a little bit of extra attention just to say, hey, remember, there is a potential for tornadic activity in the storm here. But once again, it does not mean that there's an immediate danger of a tornado. You know, that would be a tornado warning, which you can see at the top, our counter has 0. There's no active tornado warnings right now, but tornado threat is still persisting. It's still ongoing. You know, these storms are capable of it, but there is no immediate danger of a tornado. Right now, the main concern right now is damaging wind gusts here. So, anyways, going through these warnings again real quickly, we're going to hop back to our other radar here. So, for the top warning here, by the way, remember, this is Eastern Texas, guys. So, the top warning, this includes Anderson, Carlos, Singleton, Shiro, Richards, Lola, Huntsville, and just shy of Madisonville, Texas. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect here. This is in effect here until 3:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time. So we still have, I mean, a little bit less than 45 minutes or so. Anyways, but yeah, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts is the concern on that storm there. And, of course, we can't forget that tornado possible tag. Now, we could even have a little bit of small hail. Max hail size is up to penny size, which, you know, is nothing super concerning. But it is a little bit of hail that is possible there. Now, the warning to the south here, this is the one that's actually near Houston. You know, once again, this is Houston. This is actually part of western Houston right here. So this storm here includes Magnolia, includes Hempstead, Tomball, Jersey Village, Brookshire, Sealy, let's see here, Wallace, Richmond, Pleak, and East Bernard. This one will expire also at 3:15 a.m. Central Time, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and nickel-size hail. So this is not... you know, this is not considered severe hail, per se. You know, once you get the quarter size and larger, that's where it becomes a severe concern for hail anyways. The severe concern in this storm is 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts here. Once again, there is that tornado possible tag, which once again means, you know, tornadoes, given the environment, are possible within these storms, but does not mean that there is an immediate danger of them. You know, once again, if there is a tornado warning, that would mean that there is an immediate danger, but there is currently no active tornado warning. So just giving everybody a heads up saying, you know, tornadoes are indeed possible. But yeah, hail size up to 0.88 inches in diameter, which is, you know, which is up to nickel size hail as of right now. Let's see here. Heading towards I-45. Gotcha. Carrot says tornado warning now. Really? I don't see it on my end yet. We'll see what happens. Oh, yeah. There it is. All right, everybody. We got a tornado warning now in effect. So this is up here on that northern warning, or that northern storm here. So once again, here's Houston. Yep. Brand new tornado warning. This, let's see. This includes Singleton, Texas, and Bedias. Let's see. This is a radar indicated threat, meaning that radar has picked up rotation within the storm. Let's change the velocity. Actually, this is that one storm we were actually just looking at, I believe. Yep, there it is right there. Our tornado warning counter will go up here in a minute. Let's see here. Yep, so that includes Singleton and Bedias. Can somebody tell me how to pronounce that? I'm not entirely too sure. It's pronounced, or it's spelled B-E-D-I-A-S. Bedias. No idea. Anyways, but out there in Singleton, Texas, we need you guys in your safe spot. So if you know anybody out there, give them a heads up, give them a call, wake them up, spam their phones, be like, hey, there's a tornado warning. You guys need to go to your safe spot. So if you're in a mobile home, a trailer, ditch the trailer. That's not going to provide any form of protection. What you want to do is you want to go, if you're in a home, if you have a basement storm shelter, go there. If you do not, go to the central interior portion on the lowest floor of your home or a building. So, and, find the most closest substantial shelter, okay? Let's see here. King James says tornado somewhere. Yeah, this is north of Houston, by the way, y'all. So here's Houston right here. This is kind of northwest of Houston, out here by Singleton, Texas. So this is just east of College Station, Texas. Here's College Station. South of Madisonville, north of Anderson. This is out by Singleton, east of Lola. Hopefully that helps kind of give an idea of where the storm's at. Bedai? Yeah, I have no idea how you say that one. But it's out there by Singleton. You guys can see this too. B-E-D-I-A-S. Bedias. I have no clue. I am not good at pronouncing names, but I do know Singleton. I can tell you that one. East of Lola, north of Shiro, north of Carlos. Yep, so there's our rotation. You can actually see it if I pause it right there. There's a little couplet right in here. Looking at correlation coefficient, I do not see any debris signature. So that's telling me right now, I mean, there's no confirmation at the moment that there's a tornado on the ground, but we need to treat every tornado warning as if there is confirmation. So not any confirmed tornadoes yet, but like I said, it's a radar indicated threat, which is solely based off of velocity, in which, radar has been detected, or sorry, rotation's been detected by radar. We had some good storms North Texas tonight, says Susan. Gotcha. Well, glad you're okay. Any live cameras out there? So, no. Given it's... Actually, you know what? I don't think I do. Here, I mean, I can look. I'm pretty sure Texas was one of them states where I don't have live camera. Yeah. Yep, I don't think we do, unfortunately. Yeah, kind of given the area, too. It's not in a super populated area, so it's a little bit harder to come across these cameras. Especially, I mean, if it was like a big city like Houston or something like that, then maybe we could, find something. But anyways. Let's see, these night tornadoes are the worst. Yeah, absolutely. And, this just, kind of explains to you guys really why I want to be here during the nighttime to track these storms. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's super, super important that we have somebody tracking this here. Let's try the airport radar up by Houston. Yeah, just so happens to be just outside of the area. Pretty bad coverage there. But, yeah, closest radar we got is the one out here by Granger, Texas. But anyways, once again, everybody, if you're just tuning into the stream, we have an active tornado warning. This is in effect for Singleton, Texas here, including Bedias. Once again, I don't know how to pronounce this one. It's B-E-D-I-A-S. So just a bit of a heads up for you guys. This will expire at 3:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time. So this is in about 30 minutes, about 29 minutes before this expires here. And once again, it's a radar indicated rotation threat, meaning once again that radar's picked up some rotation. As of right now, no confirmation. I looked at correlation coefficient just a second ago. We'll look at it again. No obvious signs of debris signatures or anything like that. So right now, it's just a radar indicated threat here. What's up, Jen? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Carrot says the radar's been detected by rotation. Yeah, I mean, can you blame me, though? I mean, it's like almost 4 in the morning where I'm at, so I'm going to probably scramble up some words here and there. Is the purple rotation? No, that's just a little bit of RF. But the green indicates air going to the radar, so the radar is over here. Okay, so the green means that the air is going this way, coming towards the radar, and the red means it's going away from the radar. And so a little bit ago, we had this tight little couplet here, as you could see, basically in which, let me actually bring up my pen here so I can draw on the screen and kind of show you guys. Here we go. Oh, of course, it's not going to work again. Here, I'm going to have to restart that pen. It always does. It did to me earlier, too. Anytime I want to draw on the stream, it messes up. Here we go. All right, so yeah, so we know the radar is to the left-hand side here, like we mentioned, and so the green indicates the air going towards the radar, so the air going to the west, and then you got the red indicating it's going away from the radar. So there's a little bit of rotation right in there. That's where that rotation was detected. So that's why it's a radar indicated threat, because this has been detected, which is the rotation that we've detected here. But latest few scans, you can see, looks a little different, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, we are scanning about 7,000 feet up, so we're a little high. We're a little bit high up. Let's see here. But anyways, but yeah, like I mentioned, we have nothing on correlation coefficient. So this would tell us if there's anything that looks different than a raindrop. Correlation's looking for the similarity amongst particles in the atmosphere, like raindrops. The raindrops look similar to the radar, and if there is debris, objects that do not look like raindrops, that are different sizes and different shapes, the radar would detect that and put a little ball. But there is no ball right now. It's all looks pretty similar to one another. So anyways, so no confirmation as of now, but that could, like I said, you got to treat every warning as if it is confirmed. Let's see here. So anytime you get a swirl of red and green, not so good, huh? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Dylan says, so a bust. No, I wouldn't consider this a bust. I mean, we've had some pretty decent winds on it, for one. And then two, we've had a couple of tornadoes, including that one out by Fort Worth. Apparently it was pretty bad. Daniel says, where is this? So this is in eastern Texas. This is eastern Texas we're watching. So the tornado warning is for, not Shingleton, Singleton. Including Bedias. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Bedias. East of Lola, north of Anderson, west of Huntsville. Which, in the big picture, here's Houston right here. It's kind of hard to see, I know. Here, let me try switching radars here. That was the storm we were looking at a minute ago, the hurricane. So switching over to this platform, you can see the cities a little bit better here. So here's western Houston. There's the Houston in general. The storm is right here. So it's actually almost in Houston, but the tornado warning's up here. So here's Houston. There's the tornado warning. You can see what kind of side this is of Texas here. But yeah, this is just east of College Station. Here's College Station, just to the east of it. Here's Huntsville, Texas, just to the west of it. So it's right between Huntsville, Texas, and College Station, Texas here. So that is where we are looking at right now. That's where the tornado warning is at currently. All right, check it up on the latest CC scan. Do not see any debris as of now, but like I mentioned, still need you guys in your safe spots. If you know anybody who's in the area here, make sure they're in their safe spots. If you're in a mobile home, a trailer, just get out, go find a sturdier structure, because mobile homes are not going to be providing any protection in a tornado. So be sure to leave and go find a sturdier structure. If you're at home, if you have a storm shelter, a basement, go there. If not, then go to the central interior portion of the lowest floor of a sturdy building, such as your home or a business. The central interior lowest portion is the best place you want to be at, okay? And if you're in the middle of nowhere, then get in a ditch and cover your head. And also remember that bridges are not a good place to be in a tornado. That was a myth. That is not correct. Actually, bridges become a little bit of a, like a wind tunnel, essentially. They're not safe. They're not safe at all. Let's see here. James, thank you so much for the ×2 combo. 100 for 2 joules. Thank you so much. I'm still kind of getting used to the whole joules thing on YouTube, so thank you so much, James. I appreciate the support, my friend. It's greatly appreciated. All right, looking back at the velocity here. Yep, so this is the closest radar we got. Like I said, radar coverage is a little iffy over here. But yeah, you can see where that rotation was there towards Carlos. Looks like we might have a bit more rotation up here by Bedias, or however you pronounce that area. Bedias. So this is trekking to the north, it looks like. It'll be relatively near Madisonville if it continues. So Madisonville's under that severe thunderstorm warning, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts here right now. So, but yeah, make sure you guys are in your safe spot once again. The good news is that I'm not seeing any debris signatures right now. But like I mentioned, once again, everybody, regardless of debris or not showing up, we need to treat every tornado warning as if it is confirmed and on the ground, because a tornado that's not on the ground could develop in a matter of minutes. Literally, even between frames, while it doesn't look like there's anything right now, there theoretically could be a tornado on the ground here. So it's very important not to ignore these warnings. I know a lot of people can be hard-headed. Well, I don't want to go to my shelter. Well, you got to. Seriously, it's dangerous, and these things are here for a reason. These warnings are in place for a reason. It's to protect the general public. Is Melissa going to be a Cat 4 or higher when it goes into Jamaica? Yep, so it is supposed to be an upper-level Cat 4. Possibly has a run for a lower Cat 5 at landfall, yeah. Hurricane Center has it at 155 sustained just before landfall, which that would be 2 mile an hour short from a Cat 5. Let's see, windy outside in Houston due to the storms coming up. Yep, so be careful. Houston area is going to be getting it here in a little bit. It actually looks like we have a little bit of showers already coming up towards the Houston area here. But as of right now, these areas here actually, we already have a little bit of western Houston in the warning, the severe thunderstorm warning here, which is for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail here. And what they do have a tornado possible tag, but like I said, tornado possible tag means the environment is capable of producing tornadoes. It does not mean there's an immediate danger for this warning. But, like I said, if there's a tornado warning like the one we have up here, this is telling us that a tornado is ongoing or imminent to occur. And once again, everybody, if you're just tuning in here, we do have a tornado warning in effect right now for eastern Texas and Singleton and Bedias, which is pretty much just northwest of Houston, not far, directly east of College Station, Texas, and west of Huntsville, north of Anderson, east of Lola, north of Richards. Once again, for Singleton and Bedias. Once again, I don't know how you pronounce that, so if somebody could help me out on that. Be greatly appreciated. But anyways, yep, so it looks like we do have a little bit of rotation here. Still am not seeing any signs of debris on the radar, so CC looks pretty clear as of right now. Like I mentioned, the way that correlation coefficient works is it looks for similarities in particle size. So essentially, You can see it looks relatively mostly the same color, which is telling the radar that, this is mostly just raindrops. There's no odd shapes. But say if there is like debris, like, leaves and, pieces of, wood or whatever gets launched up. It looks different than a raindrop to radar, both in terms of the size and the shape. Looks totally different, in which then you would see a ball that develops there. Let's see, how much potential are there for tornadoes tomorrow? So you mean like later today? Well, we do have a pretty big 5% chance here, actually, for tornadoes here today. So given the overall risk here, looking at the tornado threats, we have two areas. We have the green and the brown. The green indicates a 2% chance for tornadoes, and the brown indicates a 5% chance for tornadoes. So the greatest potential for tornadoes today will be up there in eastern Texas, including the Houston area, southern Louisiana, including Lake Charles, Baton Rouge, Lafayette region here as well. And then, of course, we have the 2% chance towards New Orleans, out there by Winfield, Alexandria, Killeen, Austin, Texas. It just kind of goes around here. So that's the threat for later today. And back to the models and stuff like that. Like we mentioned, you guys, it's going to be not just one, but it's going to be kind of 2 rounds of storms. We have the first round going through this morning, which you can see right here. This is the storm we're tracking right now. And then this will continue going east. And then by this later on this evening, there'll be a second round of storms, probably a little bit more potent to roll through during the evening later today, which will also go through. So it's kind of a dual line here that we're going to be dealing with here overall. So just want to point that out, is that there is going to be likely just more than one line rolling through. All right, we got a continuation to the tornado warning, guys. So this is important. The tornado warning now includes Madisonville, Texas, south of Midway, east of Cottonwood, west of Weldon. So this is a continuation of the tornado warning. This is where that rotation is at. They actually issued that warning there. So just wanted to let you guys know. But yeah, Madisonville is now under a tornado warning here in eastern Texas. This is directly east of Cottonwood. And once again, this is kind of east of College Station, Texas here, okay? So just want to let you know. But, hopping back to correlation coefficient, still am not seeing any signs of debris, which is good. But like I said, still gotta take it very serious. Just because I don't have any confirmation of it now does not mean that it won't develop. So don't ignore these warnings. Like I said, they're here for a reason. They're here to keep you guys safe. Especially at night. It's very difficult to see or hear anything, and unfortunately, there's a lot of people that's probably sleeping right now. So it's very important that if you know anybody in these regions, you spam their phone and you call them and you wake them up. It's very, very important. But anyways, yeah, like I said, Madisonville here, we have that tornado warning now in effect for that area here. We still have the warning for Bettius and also Singleton area here as well. So let's see here. Thunder will wake people up pretty loud earlier in Carrollton, Texas. Dallas Fort Worth Airport had 63-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Carrollton did not get high winds. See, I know me. I would sleep during thunder. So there's some people that would wake up, but there'd also be people that would probably sleep through it, unfortunately. Let's see here. Stark says, what about Houston? So, yeah. Oh, you know what? We just got a... Okay, there's a new tornado warning. All right, things are starting to pick up here a little bit, y'all. We have a new tornado warning here in effect for, I believe, Houston. Yep, northwestern Houston. Tornado warning now in effect for Spring, which is out there kind of near Cypress area. Okay, so this includes Fairfield, includes Lakewood Forest. Let's see here, Corville, Spring, Westfield. Yep, we got a tornado warning now in effect for the Houston area, everybody. North Houston. This is not central Houston. Here's Houston as a whole. This is northwest Houston here. So that is what we need to look out here. Let's actually peek over at the velocity here. We should have a terminal radar right here. Okay, so this is the airport radar here. It looks like there might be a little bit of a couplet right in there. Let's actually hop back to our normal Doppler. Look at correlation coefficient. Don't see any debris there. But yeah, once again, everybody, we now have a tornado warning for North Houston. Also to the north, we have another tornado warning out there for, let's see here, for Singleton, Bettius, as well as Madisonville, Texas is now under that. Nah, Stark, you'll be all right, my friend. So if you're in that warning, just make sure you're in your safe spot. So if you have a storm shelter or basement, go there now. If you do not, go to the central, central interior portion on the lowest floor of your home, okay? I know it's a little nerve-wracking, but you'll get through this. We'll get through it. It'll be all right. Everything will be okay. But yeah, just make sure that you are in your safe spot, okay? Once again, if you're in a house, has a basement or a storm shelter, go there now. Okay, see, that's kind of what a debris signature would look like. This is, I believe, this is just clutter. So don't confuse it. I know it's kind of hard to. You can actually see the just the really weird contamination right here. So don't worry about that. But anyways, but yeah, but it'll be all right, guys. We'll get through it. So once again, this includes actually Corville, Bammel, Westfield, Spring, which is east of Hockley, south of Tomball, north of Jersey Village. This is where that new tornado warning. This is where the one out by Houston is. Okay, hopping back up north for a minute on that other tornado warning here. Okay, so this is out here by Singleton and Bettius, Madisonville. So yeah, this is the other two tornado warnings that we have in effect here. Do not see any debris here. Still appears just to be radar indicated. Okay. All right, but like I said, we need everybody in their shelters here. Madisonville, Texas, Singleton. And then, of course, once again, we have that other tornado warning here for northern Houston. Out there by Corville, Bammel, Westfield, and Spring here. So there's that. Let's see here. Stark says you live in, let's see, Fairfield. You said Fairfield, right? Okay. Oh, you're out by Cypress, right? So if you're out by Cypress, I believe. Hold on a minute. Let me actually confirm this here real quickly. Let me. Oops. Here, let me bring this up real quickly. Cypress is just north here. I'm going to pull it up real quickly. Yep, Cypress is in the tornado warning there. Barely. Yep, so Cypress, I mean, yeah, we need you guys in your shelters here too. Village of Cypress Lakes, Fairfield, Rose Hill, Longwood Village, Coles Crossing, Lakewood Forest, Corville, Klein maybe, Rotherwood. This also includes Spring. It's actually here for the George Bush International Airport here too. So yeah, we got to watch out for that. Let's see here. Christopher says you live in Corville. Gotcha. Yeah, well, Corville, yeah, you need to be in your safe spot too, okay? So, like I said, I mean, if you have a basement or a storm shelter, go there now. If not, go to the central interior portion on the lowest floor of your home, okay? All right, so I got some good news for you guys. They canceled the tornado warning for Singleton. That is no longer in effect. The one warning we had for Singleton is no longer there. We still do have that tornado warning here for Cotton and Madisonville, including Jenkins, Connor. Let's see, does this say where this is? No. Okay. But yeah, just for Connor, Jenkins, and Madisonville. This is another one. So that is a still a radar indicated threat here. Let's hop back to our other radar here for a minute. Don't see any debris signatures here. Let's hop to our terminal radar here maybe. To velocity. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks like we have a little bit of a hook here. Alright, so this is just northwest of Corville. Okay, you can see there's a little bit of a hook right here. Okay, let me hop back to this view here real quickly. We're going to actually pull up the terminal radar. Alright, so yeah, there was a bit of rotation out by... What is this? Hayden Height, or Hayden Lakes, it looks like. That's kind of where the rotation's at right now. It is going across Grand Parkway, getting ready to cross through Tombolt Parkway. So it's right there at the intersection, pretty much between North Grand Parkway, or just Grand Parkway, and Tombolt Parkway. It is right there at the intersection, basically. So that's where that rotation is. Thank goodness we have a terminal radar here at this airport. This is actually giving us a little bit better of a view, which is good. Here, we'll go ahead and play that in motion here. Yep, there it is right there. Okay, so it's going southeast here. It looks like it is tracking towards Hayden Lakes, like we mentioned here, coming up towards Corville. Somebody said they were in Corville. All right, Christopher, if you're still here, dude, you need to be in your safe spot, okay? This looks like it's tracking in the original direction of Corville. Eventually heading towards Klein. It should just, I mean, if it continues on its path, it should pass south of David Wayne Hooks Memorial Airport. But obviously you're still in that warning. We still need you to be in your safe spots here. But yeah, Corville needs to be in their safe spots. Also Bammel, Westfield, Spring, Rotherwood. So I'm keeping out there for that here. I don't have CC on the terminal radar, though, unfortunately. So I can't really confirm if it's there or not. I don't have any confirmations, though, from the Weather Service. It's still radar indicated here, okay? So no reports as of now. Here, let me try the WSR88D. Maybe that'll give us a little bit better view. Okay, so the storm's right in there. That's kind of where it's at. Okay, yeah, let's try that now. So it's like right in here. No debris signatures as of right now. Yep, no debris signatures. Okay. Hold on a minute. Did they cancel that warning? Oh, no, they didn't. Never mind. Okay, it's still in effect. It's just the program was being stupid there for a minute. Stark says, I don't know if I should get in the bathtub or not. So, you know, if you have a basement or a storm shelter, you need to go to the central interior portion on the lowest floor of your building. So if you have a basement storm shelter, go there now. If you do not, go to the central lowest part of your home. Put as many walls between yourself as the outside as possible. An interior room such as a closet or a bathroom would be good. I mean, it wouldn't hurt, you know, to get in the bathtub, maybe cover your head. But, you know, like I said, we'll get through this. It'll be all right. You know, the good news and what I can tell you now is that the environment's not really capable of violent tornadoes, we don't believe. So if we did get tornadoes, more than likely they would be pretty weak, relatively brief, and your house would more than likely be okay. So more than likely everything will be all right. Deep breaths, maybe turn on some music, but just you know, stay tuned so I can keep you updated, all right? It'll be all right. We got it. All right, so yeah, hopping back to radar here. The terminal radar at the airport over here. You can see where that rotation is. It's tracking, okay, it's passing towards Corville right now. Stark, it's hard to tell. We can't really tell until assessments are done if it did make touchdown. But more than likely, I mean, given the kinematics and the thermodynamics in the atmosphere right now, I don't think it would be anything significant. Of course, nature's crazy sometimes, but I mean, yeah, it's just environment doesn't seem like violent tornadoes will be likely today. But like I said, still just try not to think about it. All right, we'll get through this. It'll be all right. All right, let's take a minute to hop back up north for a minute. We still have that other tornado warning we need to talk about here. So we do have that other tornado warning in effect here for Madisonville, Jenkins, Connor. Let's see here. I think this also, radar indicated threat. So this is still radar indicated. But also includes Cotton, Madisonville, Jenkins, Connor. So this is east here of Franklin, northwest of Huntsville, Texas, west of Trinity, south of Centerville. It is radar indicated. We have 18 minutes left on that northern warning here. So 18 more minutes left. All right, let's hop back down. So the other one, like I mentioned, is for northwestern Houston here. Which includes Spring, Klein, I think it is. See, Longwood Village, Lakewood Forest, Corville, Fairfield, Village of Cypress Lakes. All right, let's hop back to the terminal radar here. Here, we're gonna play this in motion here. Okay. So that area of rotation's pretty close to the radar now, which it's kind of right in here. I know it's kind of hard to tell. It's right in here. So the rotation's kind of near Klein, getting ready to go towards Klein right now, which is right next to David Wayne Hooks Memorial Airport. So that's kind of where the rotation is right now. Robin says you're west of Temple and Waco. Gotcha. Yeah, well, this isn't anywhere near Waco or anything like that. Waco's northwest. Lines actually already went through that area. So. But yeah, the rotation's right in here. Pretty close to that airport, though. So there's some of your rear flank. Going away from the radar and some of your inflow here, but I really wish that the terminal radars had correlation coefficient. So I wish they did. All right, let's hop on back to the main radar here. Take a look at CC. I do not see any debris signatures though. So like I mentioned, right now it's still not confirmed. It is rotating. There is confirmed rotation from radar. But like I said, you got to treat every warning as if, tornadic activity is occurring. So don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. Got to keep an eye out there for it. So you got the alert. Gotcha. Well, be careful, my friend. Let's see. That's why I'm up. The storms woke me up, and then they rolled through. Gotcha, Robin. Well, be careful out there, my friend. All right, y'all. So my folks up in northern Houston, we have 15 more minutes left in the warning, okay? 15 minutes left. All right, so we got Madisonville on that top tornado warning here. This is the one for Madisonville, Jenkins, Connor, and Cotton, east of Cottonwood, north of Mossy Grove, which is just northeast of College Station. So this one over here expires in 15 minutes. They both expire in 15 minutes. Okay, so they'll be over in 3:30 Central Daylight Time or 4:30 Eastern Daylight Time. So the time that you see above you, that is in Eastern Time. So once that hits 4:30, it'll be gone. At least that polygon would be. We'll have to see what happens with it. But just hang out a little longer. We'll get through this. All right. Couple that looks near Klein right now. which this thing is tracking eastward. Yeah, you can see where it's at here. Here, let me bring up our pen here for a minute so I can actually like draw and show you guys stuff here. All right, so if you watch it, it goes kind of this way. So that's kind of where it's at right now. So here's Klein. Here, let me move around a little bit. So there's Spring. Storm is tracking in this direction. So that's heading in the general direction of like areas like Westfield, which, you know, remember Westfield, we need to be in our shelter too, because I mean the tornado warning is in effect there as well. So keep that in mind. But that is tracking towards the George Bush Airport as well. So you know, the George Bush Airport's also in that as well. So we'll keep an eye on it. Like I said, I'll let you guys know too whenever this gets expired. All right. But we got this. We'll get through it, y'all. Everything will be all right. What's up, Kim? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right, let's see. Okay, they actually updated the warning here. The polygon, the one for Houston, one for North Houston. They actually just updated the polygon, and they discontinued it for Cypress. All right, so Cypress is no longer under the tornado warning here. Cypress is good. Let's see here. Also, all right, Longwood Village, Village of Cypress Lakes, Fairfield, Rose Hill. You guys are now out of the warning. You're good to come out of your safe spot. We still do need Corville, Lakewood Forest, Klein, Rotherwood, Spring, Westfield, and Bammel. We still need you guys in your safe spots. So, like I mentioned, if you don't know where to go, if you have a basement or a storm shelter, go there. But obviously, if you don't have a basement or a storm shelter, go to the central interior portion on the lowest floor of your home. Okay, and if you're in a trailer, ditch the trailer. Go find somewhere else that's more sturdy structure. You know, unfortunately, trailers are not the best at protecting, so you got to go find somewhere else if you are in a trailer. Okay. But it seems like a lot of this area is not much trailers and more of like residential homes, which is good because they're more sturdy. So yeah, just make sure that you're in your safe spots, okay? All right. It actually looks like they canceled. Whoa, that's a big warning. Holy cow. It looks like they canceled that northern tornado warning that we had. Yep, they sure did. But they issued a really big severe thunderstorm warning just now. Okay, so you guys can see. So we had that one tornado warning, y'all, for Madisonville. That is no longer in effect. You guys are good to come out of your safe spots. However, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect for a lot of areas here, including Grapeland, Crockett, Kennard, Lovelady, Groveton, Corrigan, Seven Oaks, Onalaska, Midway, Madisonville, Huntsville, New Waverly, Cold Spring, Shepherd, Cleveland, Conroe, Willis, Magnolia, and Roman Forest. Those are new. Yeah, that is new. New warning that's been issued there. So that's until 4 a.m. Central Time. Okay, so that has about a little bit less than 45 minutes. But that's for 60 mile per hour wind gusts. They did include a tornado possible tag. Once again, that does not mean, you know, there's immediate danger for tornadoes in this warning. It just means that, you know, given the environment that we're in, tornadoes will be possible within some of the storms here. So, anyways, all right. So hopping back to the tornado warning here. So it looks like that rotation. Looking at the terminal radar, that one tornado warning out there by Corville. Bammel and Westfield. So Corville, it looks like that rotation's now east of you guys, for the most part here. Froze there for a minute. Here, I need to restart my program here. It does it every once in a while. It loves to crash on me. But what I was saying though is that pretty much out there by Corville, east of Corville, or the rotation's now east of Corville, I should say. So, Okay, here we go. Here, let me actually hop back to the terminal radar. Actually, we just got reports of 60-mile-per-hour winds here out by Pattison. Let's see, this is from the Storm Chaser in Waller County, Texas. We have reports of Storm Chaser posted on social media reporting 60-mile-an-hour winds apparently. All right, but anyways, but what I was saying though is that Corville is pretty much the rotation's pretty much past Corville now. It's kind of more out there by Bammel and Westfield, so definitely need to look out for that. All right. Let's see here. Kim says, hey, Andrew, are the National Weather Service working on sending out alerts yet? The alerts are already out. Yeah, that's what these boxes are. The red box, that's a tornado warning. The yellow boxes. The boxes in the yellow are severe thunderstorm warnings here. So, they've already been sending out the alerts. Chris says, how is Anderson County looking? Well, let me look. I'm not entirely too familiar with Anderson County, but I can look it up. Let's see here. Anderson County, Texas. Okay. All right, so you're up north. So the warning's just south of you. Honestly, doesn't look anything severe for your area. It does look like we have a bit of thunderstorm activity. Obviously, we got some lightning detection out there, some pretty moderate heavy rainfall. So it'll probably be a little noisy. You'll probably see some flashes, but yeah, this part of the storm isn't really anything severe. South of you, though, like Huntsville, Crockett, Corrigan, Groveton, North Cleveland, some of those regions that new warning there has a concern for 60-mile-an-hour winds and penny hail. But, don't be surprised, though. If there is a little bit of gusty winds and stuff like that could still contain or could still be there. So, anyways, let's see here. Silent says, I got a question. Do I think Rose Pine, Louisiana, will see tornadoes today? Well, I do know a lot of Louisiana is in the risk here. Let me quickly look at this. I'm going to try to make it quick, though, since we have that tornado warning in effect, okay? Okay, so given your risk, yeah, we do have a level 2 threat for today, which does include a 5% chance of tornadoes. Even that is not very likely that you'll see a tornado, but just be weather aware. As the environment will be capable of producing some tornadic activity. So, but it's basically a 5% chance within a 25-mile radius of you. Okay. All right, let's hop back down here. So, rotation on that tornado warning here is now passing Bammel, heading right towards Westfield. So, if you know anybody out there, please make sure that they are in their safe spots. Once again, if you have a storm shelter or a basement, make sure that you guys are in there. If not, go to the central interior portion on the lowest floor, of a building. Okay, so just please be careful. Just make sure that you guys are, watching this here. Okay. Let's see here. Storyverse says Cypress, please. So Cypress, I believe you guys. So we did have that. I think you guys were under the warning there for a little. Hold on, let me relook. I'm gonna bring up Cypress. I'm not super familiar with out here or the region here. Cypress. Okay. Oh, that's right. So yeah, you're right here. So yeah, Cypress is no longer in the warning. You can see the storm's kind of exiting the region. There is probably still a little bit of lightning and thunder going on here. So, still would recommend to stay indoors for a little bit. But, yeah, a lot of the worst of it's over. But I want to remind you guys, not just one, but 2 potential lines of storms will roll through. So the first one is obviously here this morning, the one we're looking at now. This is the HRRR model. And you can see later on this evening, another line of storms could develop as well. Later on, like way later in the evening, okay? So, yeah. So just make sure that you guys are watching that as not one, but possibly 2 lines of storms will be rolling through, all right? Anyways, we got 4 minutes left on that tornado warning, guys. Hopefully that'll be expiring here soon, which includes Harris and Montgomery counties. which is basically for North Houston, including Spring. Let's see here, Clean, or is it Klein? I think it is. Yeah, Klein and Westfield. Let me check on correlation coefficient. I do not see any debris signatures as of right now, so no confirmation. You can see it's still radar indicated, which means, radar's picked up some rotation within the storm. No confirmation, no debris signatures or anything like that as of right now. But still, like I said, debris signature or not, you still need to be just as, on alert here. You guys definitely need to be in your safe spots, okay? All right, so rotation's out by Westfield right now, it looks like. You can kind of see, thank goodness for this terminal radar. It's definitely giving us a pretty close little view here, which is helping out a ton. So, yeah, radar coverage in this area is not known to be the best. It's quite a bit of a mess. All right, so here's a bit of an update, actually. I just now noticed, y'all. Houston, all of Houston is now under a severe thunderstorm warning here. This includes Houston, Bel Air, let's see, Pasadena, Humble, Jersey Village, Manville, Arcola, Richmond, Baisley, I think it is, Kindleton, and Pleak, I think it is. This is a brand new severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. They also added a tornado possible tag, which, once again, the tornado possible tag on a severe thunderstorm warning does not mean that there's an immediate danger for tornadoes. It means that the environment is capable of producing tornadoes, in which, we need to watch the storm, as tornadoes could develop. But, like I mentioned, if there is an immediate danger of a tornado, there would be a tornado warning like there is up here by Westfield right now. Okay, so that's where the difference is. Anyways, we're going to watch it. I mean, honestly, it looks like it's still rotating pretty good. I would not be surprised if they do have an extension with that tornado warning here, so we'll keep an eye out there for that. We'll let you guys know. But anyways, let's see here. See Richmond, Texas. Where's Richmond at? Here, let me bring up Richmond, Texas. Let's see what's going on out there for you. Richmond. Oh, here we go. Richmond, Texas. Okay. Yep. Here you go. Yep. So you guys out there in Richmond are getting some of the heavy stuff right now. But the good news is that you're not in that tornado warning. We do have severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail, which is the hail side of things is not considered severe, but the damaging winds is. So 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. What you need to do is just stay indoors, away from windows. If it makes you feel better, you can go to your safe spot, but it's not required where you're at, in that severe thunderstorm warning. But given the threat with 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, it is certainly possible that there could be some damaging winds, so just stay away from windows, plus the lightning and stuff like that. It might be a little loud, but everything looks okay? Other than the gusty winds and stuff, but you should be all good. I mean, even most trailers can withstand upwards of 60-mile-an-hour winds. It just, could cause a little bit of roof issues and stuff like that, but don't worry about that now. All right, so like I said, tornado warning actually expired just now, so we'll see if they end up extending this warning or not. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully that tornado threat has gone down here. So let's see here. Yep, so that expired just now, so the tornado warning is no longer in effect. So we're now just left with these two severe thunderstorm warnings in effect here. Once again, we have Houston, Texas, inside of the severe thunderstorm warning. This includes Westfield, Kingwood, Eastgate, Huffman, Humble, Adeline, Mount Houston, Sheldon, Jersey Village, McNair, I think it is. Let's see here. Chiquinto City, Jelena Park, Pasadena, Deer Park, Hunter Creek Village, Bel Air, Addicts, Mission Bend, Meadows Place, Sugarland, Tremills, Fresno, Pearland, Manival, Arcola, Thompsons, Pleak, Fairchild, Beasley, Richmond, and Kindleton. Okay, so that's some of the areas that actually has that new severe thunderstorm warning. So all that's going to be for the threat of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So we could get some strong winds out there, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. within that storm. Now, up north, we have that extension for areas like Cold Spring, Livingston, Huntsville, Conroe, Groveton, and Crockett. Those areas are there. Let's see here. Joseph says, can I check on Needville? Could you please? Yeah, I got you, my friend. Yeah, like I said, we're here for you guys. I'm going to do what I can to help you all out, okay? But I got you, my friend. Let's see. You're in Needville, Texas. Okay, so you're actually right on the edge of that severe thunderstorm warning. So this pretty much still kind of applies to you. I mean, ending close to the warning area here. Yeah, I'd recommend that you're indoors away from windows. I mean, there could be a little bit of gusty winds in it. Maybe a little bit of hail, a lot of lightning and thunder activity. Stay indoors away from windows, though, and everything should be all right. But, yeah, it is a pretty heavy little storm going through right now. But, not a tornado warning or anything like that. So, you're not under any tornadic danger right now, which, yeah, velocity looks really clear out there. So you're good. Just a bit of heavy rain, a lot of lightning and thunder, maybe some gusty winds and stuff like that. So just stay indoors away from your windows, and everything should be all right. All right, so that tornado warning is no longer in effect. Like I said, it expired. So you guys are now good to come out of your safe spots. If you're out there by Spring and Westfield, Bammel area, tornado warning is gone. However, I still would recommend that you guys stay indoors and away from windows, because of the excessive amount of lightning that's still ongoing. A lot of thunder, a lot of lightning, still pretty gusty in the winds as well, and also a little bit of a hail threat too. So they also did issue a big special marine warning for the waters out by the Galveston Bay, out by Freeport area. So, yeah. Like I said, those areas, just watch it. I mean, I doubt anybody's in the... I mean, you never know. I'm sure there's probably people out there in boats, but, it'd be good to avoid the storms if possible, or go back to port before they happen. Just giving a heads up to the folks out there, along the Galveston Bay out there. Anyways, the line of storms is kind of rolling through Houston now. So Houston is... it's getting ready to start rolling through the central side of Houston. Let's see here. Joseph says, thank you a lot. Puts me at rest for my family. You're very welcome, my friend. I'm here for you. Like I said, we're here for you guys, and if y'all have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. We're going to be here. We're going to help y'all out. And, like I said, I mean, even if it's 4:30 in the morning, it's very early, super tired. But like I said, I want to be here for you guys, especially at nighttime, where it's a little bit more dangerous. I mean, severe weather is dangerous in general, but, at nighttime, it needs more coverage. People need to still be weather aware at nighttime, especially. But you're very welcome, y'all. And like I said, I'm here for you guys. If y'all ever need anything, like I said, just don't hesitate to ask. We're going to continue to help y'all out. All right, so like I said, tornado warnings are now canceled, which is good. Like I said, though, the tornado threat still exists. It's not over with, which is why we're still here. But once the line goes through Houston, we'll probably call it a stream. Maybe, I don't know. I might stream a little longer. We'll just see how long we go with the stream here. What's up, Dutch? Good to see you, my friend. What's up, Jessa? Hope you're doing well. Okay, so. Once again, everybody, if you know anybody out there by Houston, we have that line going through. So we have Sugarland, Pearland, Rosenberg, Pleak, Fairchild, Hunters, Creek Village, Houston. So this includes the entire city of Houston, pretty much. Kingwood, Crosby, Sheldon, and Dayton. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. And nickel-size hail. Just north, we have the other big warning out there by North Cleveland, the Woodlands, Livingston, Huntsville, Crockett, Trinity, Groveton, Lovelady, Kennard, Grapeland, and let's see, how do you say that? I can't even say that. Latexo, maybe, maybe, I don't know. Let's see here. Fuzzy says the only live feed I could find. Thank you so much. You're very welcome, and welcome. I'm glad you're here. Andrew says you're in Katy, Texas. Gotcha. Well, be careful here. You want me to look at Katy, Texas for you, Andrew? Let me know. What's up, F? Good to see ya. Jurgen says, let's see here, I stay 15 minutes from Katy Mills Mall. Crazy winds and rains at the moment. Well, be careful, my friend. Yeah, I mean, this storm right here, definitely is packing a punch with the wind here for sure. And like I said, it is going through Houston currently. These warnings are in place, just for winds, actually. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts on both of these warnings here, through the Houston area. There could be a little bit of hail mixed in as well, which, the warnings have the hail between pretty much penny size, 0.75 to nickel size, which is 0.88 inches. Once you cross that threshold of an inch or greater, that's where it becomes a problem. But thankfully, the hail threat's pretty minimal right now. But I will remind you guys. I will remind you guys that later today, there is going to be another line rolling through. It's not just the one. The one that we're tracking right now is this guy. And then, of course, later on in the evening, later today, there's going to be another little line to roll through as well, more than likely. So, we got to watch out for that later on this evening, too. But midday, we should have a little bit of a break in between, kind of the later morning going through the afternoon. But once we kind of approach the evening, we'll probably start to pick back up here in regards to more activity here. So we'll have to be weather aware as well. So yeah, not just the one, but actually two systems here. Anyways, we've got 23 minutes on the warning for Houston, so we still got a little bit. But yeah, like I said, I mean, just as long as you guys, hold on a minute. Do we have a new tornado warning in effect here? We sure do. Okay, new tornado warning, y'all, just got issued here for Cleveland, also Shepherd, Rayburn, and Romare. This is in Texas, like all the other areas we're looking at. But yeah, this is actually north of Houston. Let's see, south of Cold Spring, north of Splendora, east of Willis. Yeah, so that includes Shepherd, once again, Rayburn, Romare, and Cleveland here. Here, let me hop back to velocity. Okay, it looks like we have a little bit of rotation out there by Fostoria towards North Cleveland and Cleveland. So right in there. Don't see any debris signatures or anything like that, but yep, it is a new warning. This will be in effect until 4 a.m. Central Time. So we have about 22 minutes left. Yeah, 22 minutes left until that warning gets canceled. Anyways, but if you guys know anybody out there, let them know. Spam their phones, call them. Like I said, you guys got to be in your safe spots out here. Once again, Fostoria, North Cleveland, including Cleveland and Shepherd, also Rayburn and Romare, I think it is, which is once again north of Splendora, east of Panorama Village, and south of Cold Spring here, which is this is all just kind of northeast of Houston, kind of northeast. So. Hopping back to velocity. Looks like we got that rotation out there by Fostoria. Yeah, we got to watch this line pretty closely. Remember, like I said, these warnings here, these severe thunderstorm warnings, they have tornado possible tags, which, basically is saying, hey, just a bit of a heads up. The environment is capable of producing tornadoes. So just keep an eye out there for it. Now, these tornado warnings in the red polygons is saying, hey, a tornado is imminent or occurring. Now, in this case, as of right now, this is a radar-indicated threat, which is telling us that the radar has picked up rotation. As of right now, there's no visible confirmation that this is on the ground. However, like I said, confirmed or not, we still need you to be just as, treat it just as you would as if there was a tornado on the ground, because, they can develop very quickly, in which, tornado is... expected within this storm here. So just please be careful. Once again, Cleveland, North Cleveland, Fostoria, Shepherd, Rayburn, and Romare, which, like I said, if you guys have a basement or a storm shelter, make sure that you guys are, in your safe spot. If not, go to the central interior portion on the lowest floor of your home. If you are in a trailer, ditch the trailer and go find a sturdier structure. And if there's no buildings nearby, go to a ditch and cover your head, okay? So yeah, just be careful. Let's see what state. This is in eastern Texas. So here's the east side of Texas. You can see Texas's coast here. This is Louisiana. So here's Houston. Let's see here. Houston is, let's see here, right here. Okay, so there's Houston. You can see, and this is just north of Houston. So this is out here in Cleveland, North Cleveland, Fostoria, Shepherd, Rayburn, and Ramere. So that's where the tornado warning is for right now. So those areas need to be, in their safe spots, okay? So if any of those towns ring a bell, just, let your friends and your family know that there's a tornado warning in effect here. And like I said, it being nighttime doesn't really help, which is why it's very important for us to be here and helping you guys out. So, I mean, even consider sharing the stream here to, potentially help more people out. It would be greatly appreciated. And I'm sure the people would appreciate it as well. But like I mentioned, the storm is going through Houston right now as well. Currently no tornado warnings for Houston or anything like that. So Houston's clear of those tornado warnings, but we do have that severe thunderstorm warning in effect for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, as well as maybe some hail upwards of nickel size, 0.88 inches in diameter. Like I said, hail doesn't really become a big problem until we have hail that's quarter size or greater. Once we push over that inch threshold, that's where it becomes a lot bigger of an issue. But thankfully, the hail is pretty minimal right now. The main threat is damaging winds and, of course, this tornado here, or this tornado warning here. So let's take a look back at CC here. So this is correlation coefficient. This tells me if there's any debris, which is objects that gets picked up by tornadic activity. As of right now, it's pretty clear. I don't see any confirmations telling me that this is a tornado active right now. But like I said, active or not, tornado is still expected in the storm. So you got to treat them equally. If there is a tornado on the ground or not, given you're in the tornado warning, you still need to treat it just as you would overall. So anyways, but like I mentioned, y'all, this is just here north of Houston. This includes Shepherd, Cleveland, Rayburn, and Ramere. So this is up here in eastern Texas, which is just south of Cold Spring, east of Cut and Shoot, north of Splendora, and of course west of Vatau. I have no idea how you pronounce that little area over there, but anyways, just wanted to let you guys know. And of course, this entire yellow polygon that we have here as well, this is that severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect, which, that goes all the way up towards Grapeland, Huntsville, Groveton, Livingston, Cold Spring, and Conroe, which this one is here for, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. But, like I mentioned, these warnings also do have tornado possible tags on them saying, hey, given the environment that these storms are in, tornadoes will be possible. And then, of course, whenever there's an immediate danger of a tornado, then we get those warnings there. So I just want to mention that as well, is that there is tornado possible tags on this whole line right here, just saying it's possible. So we'll definitely we'll be watching it. We'll definitely keep an eye on it. But anyways, so that's where the tornado warning is. If you guys are just tuning in, like I said, we have an active tornado warning here, and this is Texas, by the way. This is eastern Texas. You guys can see we do have Houston, which is Houston's right in here. So yeah, the line is rolling through Houston right now as well. Actually, we have a little bit of scattered storms ahead of this line here, also firing off too. But yeah, Houston's getting it right now. Houston is under that severe thunderstorm warning here for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, as well as nickel-size hail overall. So we got to look out there for that. But yeah, hail's not as much of a problem as the gusty winds are. So in a storm like this, I would recommend that you guys are staying indoors, away from windows. That is what I would heavily recommend. Don't want to be outside because lightning is a big problem. Now hopping to the north here, this is just north of Houston. This is where we have that tornado warning in effect. Okay. So once again, this includes Fostoria. This includes North Cleveland, including Cleveland, including Rayburn, Ramere, and Shepherd, which this is just south of Goodrich, north of Plum Grove, east of Conroe, and west of Moss Hill. So if any of those areas ring a bell, that's where the tornadic storm is near. So hopping over the velocity, rotation somewhere just north of North Cleveland here, kind of right in here is where that rotation's located. So we're watching it. We'll definitely be watching this pretty closely. It is tracking to the northeast. It looks like it's going to head towards Rayburn and Shepherd here. So like I said, make sure you guys are in your safe spots right now. Just please be careful. And once again, if you have a basement or a storm shelter, go there now. If you do not, go to the central interior portion on the lowest floor of your home. Such as an interior room, such as a closet or a bathroom, would be the best spot to go if you do not have a basement or a storm shelter. Okay, and like I mentioned before too, is if you're in a trailer or mobile home, you're gonna want to go find a sturdier structure, because unfortunately they're not the best to be in during these storms. So just go and find somewhere else to take shelter if you're in a mobile home. Okay. Just looking out for you guys. And like I said, now's the time to act. Don't wait. Once again, this is, we do got some rotation going on here. Let's actually take a look back at the CC. Is this live right now? Yes, it is. Yep. Yeah, like I said, this is going on here currently. All this is live. So looking at correlation coefficient, like I said right here, I don't see any confirmed, debris. There's nothing showing up on the debris, or no debris signatures or anything like that. But, like I mentioned, debris signature or not, we still need to treat this storm, treat it as equally. Because, tornadoes can quickly develop here, in which, given this tornado warning, basically we are expecting tornadic activity within this storm here. Okay, so we'll definitely be watching that. But yeah, once again, this includes Cleveland, including Fostoria, North Cleveland, Rayburn, Shepherd, and Ramaire. So just make sure that you guys are inside of your safe spots here. What state is this? This is in Texas. Yeah, this is eastern Texas. Actually, look at this. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning that just got issued here. Okay, so for example, y'all, this is Houston. This is where Houston's at. So we got a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for, let's see, Holiday Lakes, Bonnie, Lake Jackson, West Columbia, Sweeney, Bay City, Leward. Let's see here. This also includes Point Comfort and Port Alto. Brand new severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. They also, like I mentioned, included a tornado possible tag, which says, hey, okay, so tornado possible tag is basically saying the environment is capable of producing tornadoes, so just continue to monitor the storm. It does not mean that there's an immediate danger of a tornado, but it means that tornadoes are possible within these storms. If there was an immediate danger for a tornado, there would be a tornado warning, which you would see in the red polygon, like the tornado warning we do have to the north. So, these red polygons, these are the tornado warnings. So in this case, like we mentioned, there is a tornado danger for this area. There is a tornado threat out here by Cleveland, Fostoria, and Shepherd. So, just want to let you guys know that. But yeah, so. Hopping back to velocity here, it looks like that rotation is kind of just pulling to the north here of Cleveland, heading towards Shepherd and Rayburn here. So we got to watch this here. Correlation coefficient, once again, I'm not seeing any form of debris signature as of right now, which is, good. But like I said, things can happen real quickly. Okay, so we can't just immediately assume that there's no no danger here just because we don't see a debris signature. It still is a very big concern. We need to treat them equally. All tornado warnings, regardless of their confirmation, need to be treated equally. So, like I said, Cleveland, Shepherd, Rayburn, and Ramaire, Texas, which is, once again, just north of Houston. Here's Galveston in the Galveston Bay. You can see this is just north of you guys, and here's Houston. And like I mentioned, Houston's actually getting the storm here as well. Houston's not under a tornado warning anymore. We did actually have that warning to the north a while ago, but that's been canceled. But with that being said, we do still have that line of storms going through right now, which, there's a lot of lightning activity on, as well as there is that warning, that severe thunderstorm warning in place here for 60 mile per hour wind gusts here. So we'll definitely be watching out there for that. Let's see here. Looking at Doppler radar requires a hook echo to be seen in order for immediate danger tornado warning. No. So not all the time. I've seen confirmed tornadoes with or without a hook echo. Yeah. So, especially those embedded storms, sometimes they, that's actually a really good question. Not all the time is there a present hook echo if there is a tornado warning. Really good question, by the way. Okay. So like I mentioned here, y'all, if you're just now tuning in, we do got a tornado warning here in effect for eastern Texas. This is in effect here for the next 9 minutes, so it's going to expire pretty soon, but it is still a tornado warning in effect here. We'll see what they do with it. The Weather Service could extend it. We'll have to see what happens, but this is a tornado warning in effect until 4 a.m., so we have about 9 minutes left. Like we mentioned, this includes Fostoria. The rotation's pretty much now east of Fostoria, North Cleveland area, but still in the warning. So as long as you're in that polygon, you need to be in your safe spots, okay? It's the way it works. It also includes Shepherd, Rayburn, and Remayer, Texas here. So that's velocity. That's where we look at rotation. That's where we look for rotation in the storm. Now, switching things over to correlation coefficient, we've got some scatter going on, but there is no debris signature, going on as of right now with that storm. So, as of right now, there's no confirmation of a tornado. Right now, it's just a radar indicated threat, meaning that radar has only picked up rotation, but there's no confirmation as of now. But like I mentioned before. Just because there's no confirmation doesn't mean you shouldn't take it serious. Every tornado warning needs to be treated as if there is a tornado on the ground. It's very, very important. Very, very important. What does a debris signature look like, by the way? Really good question as well. So debris signatures, they look like a little ball. You guys can't really see the scale, but they look like a little ball, essentially, and they have like bluish color in them, which basically is telling us, okay, for example, right now you can see there's a lot of red and kind of maroonish color, right? So what that is telling us is that these particles are relatively the same shape and size, saying, this is all rain, right? So, the radar is seeing a lot of rain, and it's once you start changing colors is where, different shapes of particles starts to show up, such as hail, for example. Especially the further you go away from radar, sometimes you start to get these little spikes, is because the beam is piercing through some ice crystals in the atmosphere, which likes to scatter the beam out, in which also those ice crystals look a little bit different than raindrops, so the radar kind of shows them differently. Does that make sense? So, in a case of a tornado, if there was a tornado to happen, you got to think, tornadic debris does not look anything like a raindrop, both in the, the density, the size, the shape, they're totally different, and they're not consistent like a raindrop would be. And therefore, the radar would see that, regardless of day or night. It would tell that the particles are different sizes and would give you a signature there. But we do not see that right now. This is just some scatter for some ice crystals in the upper atmosphere. We are scanning pretty high up. Radar, this is scanning 5,000 feet. Unfortunately, radar network over here is not the best. But anyways, so that's that. It looks like we actually got a new severe thunderstorm warning here. Yep, new severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Woodville, including Chester and Sour Lake, which is eastern Texas, for 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Let's see here. This one does not have a tornado possible tag, which is good. So let's see here. Dude, awesome information, man. I absolutely love tracking weather. Thanks for answering my questions. I truly appreciate it. Yeah, no problem, dude. I got you. Yeah, like I said, I'm here for you guys, I'm here to give you all the knowledge and, here to share everything that's going on because, you guys, You guys need the info. All right, so I got some good news, y'all. They just canceled the tornado warning. That's no longer in effect. So the tornado warning that was in effect for Fostoria, North Cleveland, and Cleveland, Shepherd, Rayburn, and Ramaire has now been canceled. You guys are now good to come out of your shelters. However, I would recommend that you still remain indoors and away from windows because we still have that severe thunderstorm warning in effect here. And there is still a lot of lightning with the system, which lightning can be dangerous. Also, there is still potential for damaging wind gusts here within the storm. Okay. Anyways, let's see here. Grant says, "Is Huntsville area okay now? I'm good to go to sleep." So Huntsville, yeah. So you guys out here by Huntsville should be almost pretty much in the clear. Yeah, you can go to bed. The initial line has already rolled through. Which is good. So, yeah, once the initial line kind of rolls through, the back end, the instability starts to, kind of go away, because of that cooler air mass that's working in. But in this case, with this set of storms here, like we mentioned, it's not just one line of storms. We have the one line going through this morning, but yeah, later on in the evening, we might even have another line here to roll through. So, but at least for now, once that line pushes through, then yeah, things will start to subside. But yeah, Huntsville's good. Yeah, you're good to go to sleep. Should be all right. What state is this? This is Texas. See, you earned a sub. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Yeah, tornado warnings have been canceled. Even though the counter says 1, that'll update here very soon. I think it updates like every 5 to 10 minutes, so pretty sure it's every 5 minutes, but anyways, but yeah, tornado warnings are canceled. We're good. We still have that. We still have those severe thunderstorm warnings here, though. Let's see here. What about Crosby, Texas? I got you. Well, let me go ahead and bring this up here. Go ahead and bring up Crosby, Texas. I'll let you know what's going on out there. Alrighty. So, okay, yeah, Crosby, Texas. We still have that severe thunderstorm warning in effect here. See, expires. Okay, that expired. That's gone. It's just still showing up on my thing here. Anyways, Crosby, we still have that severe thunderstorm warning in effect here. 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Yeah, you guys are getting ready to get the line here. So yeah, stay indoors, away from windows, and you should be fine. There's no imminent tornado danger or any big threat right now for you. So yeah, everything's looking all right. But yeah. We do have 60 mile per hour wind gust concern and 0.88 inch hail, which is nickel size hail. Like I mentioned, once you go over an inch, that's where the hail starts to be a concern. But we're less than 1 inch, so things are okay for hail, but mainly just a concern for like damaging winds and stuff like that. Let's see. Can I go to bed? I'm in Greens Point. Let me look. Let me check. Okay, this is out by Dallas. Yeah, I know you're good. You can go to sleep. You should be perfectly fine. Yeah, I mean even all the lighter rain on the backside is past you pretty much. So, yeah, you're good. What is my take on weather patterns changing in areas of the country experiencing extreme weather? Tornadoes when usually they didn't in the past. I mean, weather patterns are constantly changing. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Never the environment's going to be the same in one area at one time as it always will. So basically, at one given time, the atmosphere will never look the exact same as it, does now. It's just so complex. There's so much stuff going on, so many changes happening. Different parts of the globe heat up more than others to a certain degree. I mean, it's just, yeah, weather pattern is normal. It changes. I mean, it's done it a lot during the existence of Earth. It's just going to continue to do that. I mean, this time of the year for severe weather is pretty common, though, because, you start reintroducing cold air back into the atmosphere, or, back into the country, because we are getting out of, obviously, we're out of summer. We're getting out of the warm months, basically. We're starting to introduce the colder air back in the country, which is creating a little bit of instability because the warm air that's pre-existing, the colder air overtaking it, creates an unstable environment, in which, severe weather is pretty common. But anyways, I don't want bore people out or nerd too much. But anyways, but yeah, it's just know it's constantly changing. Um, let's see here. What about on Alaska? Let me look. I'll see if you're looking all right out there. Okay. Yeah, so you're under a severe thunderstorm warning. Actually, it looks like it just expired. So, yeah, you should be pretty good. You're probably going to notice a bit of thunder and lightning still, a bit of heavy rain. As long as you stay indoors away from windows, you'll be all right. What's up, ATR? Good to see ya. Let's see here. What about Houston? Okay, so Houston, we're still watching. Yeah, Houston's actually getting, the heaviest of it right now. Actually, most of it's, or most of the heaviest part of it is already rolled through Houston, but Houston's still getting it pretty good right now. Just a gusty wind concern for them. Actually, a matter of fact, yeah, it looks like those warnings are starting to expire here. But anyways, y'all, we're probably going to roll off here soon. I need to get some sleep. I mean, it's 5 in the morning for me. It's very late. I am super tired. I am, sleep deprived. So I wanted to be here at least through, at least for the storm to go through Houston. So I would at least be there to cover that. And we were there. We were there for it to cover through I can't even English. We were there for the storm to go through Houston and stuff. The storm will continue going east. It'll be heading offshore here pretty soon, so that'll be good. But yeah, I'm probably going to roll off here, guys, pretty soon. If you guys enjoyed the stream, consider leaving a like, hitting that subscribe button for me and my my late night coverage. I literally don't sleep just to ensure you guys are staying safe. So if anything doesn't show that I care more than that, then I don't know. But anyways, I care about you all. I just want to make sure you guys are staying safe. Let's see, tornado in Woodlands. Well, right now there's no active tornado warning here in effect, so we're looking pretty good here. Let me bring up Woodlands though, because I'm not super familiar with that area. But I'll look. Woodlands. Is that in Texas? Okay, yeah, this area is fine. Later on today, though, there still could be some severe weather with that second round of storms that develops, which, we'll pick up on the coverage later this evening. We'll be back here, y'all, later this evening after I've gotten some rest and stuff. But yeah, later on this evening, like we mentioned, here, let me bring this up. You can see that, we have another line of storms that kind of develops later on, so we'll look out for that. Let's see here. Thank you, Taylor. I appreciate it. Let's see. So it's safe even if I see lightning. So as long as you're inside and away from windows, yeah, you'll be good. But the lightning will probably continue on for a little bit longer. Let's see. Well, thank you for your time, sir, and greatly appreciate all the information. Yeah, no problem. No problem. And it says, thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you. You're very welcome, you guys. Let's see here. Dead Cruz says Kaufman County. Let me look where that's at. But yeah, we're going to roll off here pretty soon, guys. Yeah, so this area is fine as well. You can see it's just kind of light precipitation that's falling right now. Nothing really significant anymore right now. So you're looking pretty good out there. Yeah. Atmosphere is definitely stabilized quite a bit. Cooler air is overtaking, so you are good. Thank you, Grad. I appreciate it. I have no idea how to say your name fully, so I'm sorry. Let's see here. On Alaska, one more update. I got you. Yeah, let me look that up real quickly. Let's see here. Okay, on Alaska, Texas. Yep. So you guys are still in that severe thunderstorm warning. Actually, hold on a minute. No, that expired 5 minutes ago. This program is sometimes a little bit late. Yeah, there you go. Well, you know what? Actually, no, you're on the edge of one here. Okay. Well, you're on the edge. The worst of it actually is pretty much gone through right now. Still a bit of lightning, a little bit of thunder. So just stay away from, windows. Stay indoors. You should be all right. But let's see. Angela says, thank you. You're very welcome. Lisa says, thanks, Andrew. Have a good sleep. You as well, my friend. You're very welcome. Let's see here. Soggy says, have a good night. You too, my friend. Grad is fine. All right, good. Got you. Yeah, I'll just call you Grad. It's easy for me to remember. All right, everybody. Well, if there's any final questions before I roll off, let me know. Go ahead and throw them down in the chat. If not, then we'll be rolling off for now. But just want to say thanks for joining. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just really wanted to be here while the storm's passed, at least through Houston, because, past Houston, it's not as, I mean, there's still some population out here, but it's not as populated as, like, Houston and stuff, so, yeah. But anyways. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. Let's see here. The truth says hurricane on the East Coast. So that storm is not going to impact the United States. We have actually this system that we're tracking now. This frontal system will kind of shield the U.S. from Melissa, but not so lucky out there by Jamaica. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Yeah, definitely got to be prepping if you're out there, and if you're out there in Jamaica, we need our folks to be ready for that one. Let's see, cooler air for sure. It's cold now here in Rosebud, Texas. Been dreaming all summer of this. Yeah. Hey, I mean, fall's here, y'all. Unfortunately, with the cold air that comes down, you also do get the unexpected severe weather. I mean, they call this second severe weather season for a reason, because, like I mentioned, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to go off. I'm going to head off here. But, like we mentioned, summer months, you bring in a lot of warm air. You bring in a lot of warm and moisture-filled air. And then once you start introducing cold air back into the country, there's a big temperature differential throughout the atmosphere, huge thermodynamic differential there. So you got a lot of cold air rubbing up against a lot of warm air, and atmosphere doesn't really like that very much, huge difference. So it releases a lot of energy trying to reach an equilibrium. All right, I'm done. I'm going to bed. I need to I need to head off here. It's too late. It's too late for this, but all right, everybody. You guys take care. Have a great night. Y'all be careful. Try not to worry about the severe weather. I'm sure it'll be all right. Yeah, we'll be here later on for more coverage later on tonight, or later on this evening, I should say. If you're new here, consider subscribing, leaving a like. It'll be greatly appreciated. Maybe consider sharing this to a friend or a family member as well. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. You guys take care. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, my friends. See ya later on.